Pitching mechanics. There's many different theories on pitching mechanics. Which ones do you think are the best? First of all, there is no one way to teach every kid. You know, we're not trying to build robots. There are certain consistencies that need to be there. We definitely need to have good balance. The old school theory of balance is when you pick up your leg and you're able to hold it for 10 seconds, 5 seconds, whatever. And that gets a bad rap. And my theory of balance is when you pick up your front leg, is your back foot stable or is your back foot wobbling? Is your big toe up off the ground and your foot's shaking around? We need to make sure, number one, that our back foot is stable, because our back foot is the only part of our body touching the ground at that point. So if that's stable, we're going to be able to control our bodies better. Getting back to holding up your knee, the old school balance thought process. I have no issue teaching kids to do that. I know by doing that they're not going to throw the ball as fast as they're capable of. But if I'm teaching a kid to do that, it's because he has poor control of his body. He has poor understanding of how to use his body properly. So by teaching a kid to go through his motion slower, you are absolutely affecting their velocity negatively. It's going to be lower. But who cares? Why do I care how fast a kid can throw if he's throwing balls all over the place? You know, that was me as a kid. I threw the ball really fast as a young kid my whole life. And I'd hit the backstop 9 times a game. My head was over here. So it was great that I could throw the ball fast. But if I couldn't throw strikes and I was out there throwing 27, 31 pitch innings every time, I was just doing damage to myself. So I have no issue with working on holding up your balance and then coming down and then sliding it out. For beginners, when you get to a certain level, then you want to start to create more momentum. When you have that control of your body, when you have an understanding how to use your body properly, how to get that hip to shoulder separation, how to get that trunk extension to stay through the ball. When you're able to do that, that's when we start to get that early momentum. When my front leg comes up, as soon as my foot comes off the ground, my body's moving forward. And that's where we're going to start to generate a little more velocity, and we're going to get, be able to stay through the ball longer, get better rotation on the ball, get a better angle on the ball. So mechanics, it's not like we're trying to build robots here. We don't want to take the athleticism away from some kids. Having said that, there are certain kids that do things mechanically not very good. Okay, things that we wouldn't necessarily teach a kid to do. But sometimes it's the mechanical inefficiencies that make somebody effective. So let's say I have a junior in high school who throws 73 miles an hour, and he's looking to play in college. Well, when he steps straight, his ball's straight as an arrow at 73, 74. So he's in big trouble. Sometimes the kids will step across their body a little bit, something you wouldn't necessarily teach a kid to do. Madison Bumgarner, a bunch of guys in the big league step across their body. So would I necessarily want to change that in a kid? You know, would I want to take that? If he steps across his body, he's going to create some more movement on his pitches, which without that movement, he's probably not pitching. And I've had this conversation many times over with players and parents that, yes, it's going to create a little bit more stress on his arm, but it's going to make it more effective. So there's really no one way to do it. I would say the most basic things we need to do is, number one, control our back foot, make sure that our body is straight, make sure when we land that our front leg is stable, that we're driving into our front leg, and that we're getting out through the ball. Those are the things that are the most important. But to categorize every single person in a mechanics, a specific way of doing it, it's just not realistic, and it's not the best way to help every kid.
Now,